Hello, I'm Neil Quigley and welcome to my podcast. The Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn has vowed to start what he finished and remains committed to the cause of making the party unelectable, it would seem. Many believe he is way ahead of schedule for this project already. The NHS has misplaced 500,000 patient documents. I would suggest looking under the bed, but thanks to the government they hardly have any of those left anyway. A new £165 million tramline has just opened in Manchester. I tell you what, that is a very expensive way of keeping people out of the rain in and around the city. Donald Trump will not attend the annual Correspondents' Dinner this year, the first president not to do so. He's probably been stopped from going by his advisors, so he doesn't have a couple of pints of wine and do a Sam Allardyce. You can imagine him sitting there making a few unethical business suggestions after a few shandies. The Taliban chief is urging more people to plant trees, meaning he is technically doing more to prevent global warming than Donald Trump. In America, Jodie Foster has led a big anti-Trump rally with Michael J. Fox. I think she's the perfect person for this. I mean, she's dealt with Hannibal Lecter, so she knows a thing or two about egomaniac psychopaths. I don't normally take much interest in French politics, but at the moment I am keeping an eye on their latest leadership battles. I just want to find out if Le Pen is mightier. After reports of an argument over misplaced bagels leads to a train being stopped by police in Potter's Bar, officials in Hertfordshire are calling this bake news. As astronomers discover 7 new planets that orbit a singular star very similar to our own solar system, I suspect that if there are any super intelligent alien life forms out there, they will probably be clever enough to stay well away from Earth at the moment. Have you heard this? New claims suggesting schools should teach children about porn. I mean, they already have done for years, but those lessons are generally in the playground and not in the classroom. I mean, what are they suggesting the teachers do? Leave old copies of Playboy in the hedges in the grounds of the school for the pupils to find so they can discover it just like we did? You've probably heard about this, it's been all over the technology news. A company from Finland has relaunched the very popular and fondly thought of Nokia 3310, which they claim has an amazing battery life, but only has 2.5G connectivity. I go into a meltdown when I can't find 4G anywhere. I mean, I loved my first car because it got me driving, it got me from A to B. I fell in love with it, it was brilliant at the time, but I would really not want to go back to it now. So it seems once again, unfortunately, Mo Farah's coach has been dragged into these anti-doping rules situation and asked to explain himself once again. He and all his athletes completely deny this charge, but it does make you think. I mean, Mo Farah's robot celebration, it does look a little bit like something someone would do in a nightclub in the early hours of the morning, maybe after they were a little bit worse for wear. The Wrong Film was announced as the winner of Best Picture at the Oscars this year, which was odd, as I'd never even heard of that one. Big mix-up at the Oscars, all down to there being the wrong envelope given to the people who presented the awards. Shocking stuff, but they should have got Kevin Costner, not Warren Beatty, to do it, because Kevin Costner should have announced the Best Picture award at the Oscars because he's got experience of delivering the right envelopes. I mean, he has played the postman, let's not forget. What a role. I played the role of a postman once at a fancy dress pea party in my cousin's postman uniform. Mind you, he's a little bit smaller than me, and by about 2 minutes into the party I'd already split my trousers. The Foo Fighters will headline Glastonbury this year. They played a surprise gig in Frome in Somerset to make the announcement. I've often thought, though, it's a great gig for them. I mean, Dave Grohl does have the look of a West Country farmer, I think, so I'm sure they'll blend in there perfectly. Over the years, so many celebrities have released their own perfumes and aftershaves. I mean, it's really a big money maker, and it's continuing to happen. I mean, already in the next 6 months, I'm looking forward to Lewis Hamilton's Burning Rubber scent, maybe Kim Woodburn's Sour Bleach and Dettol, Nigel Farage's British Beef and Garlic, and whatever scent David Cameron decides to release. The makers of the drink Iron Brew are to cut the sugar content in its products, which is a bold move for a company that does most of its business in Scotland. And it does throw up a few questions like, will you still be able to bend lampposts with this new recipe? The head of Uber, Travis Kalanick, has apologised after a video emerged of him swearing at one of the company's drivers. To be fair, we've all felt like doing that from time to time, especially when it's clear they've got absolutely no idea where they're going. As Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom announced their relationship is over, all I can think about is that they'll never shift that kayak, not after those photos that came from it. It's been suggested that the new remake of Beauty and the Beast will be the first Disney film to officially feature a gay character, but personally, I was never 100% sure about Geppetto in Pinocchio. I'll leave you with this one to ponder. Superman could be brought to his knees by kryptonite. If England was a superhero, snow would be our nemesis. That's all for this week. Thanks very much for listening.